Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 6 of The Sandman. The last episode was a little mind-bendy and twisty, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed that episode. I like all the fantastical things that happen, of course, like Lucifer and the demons and the dreaming and just like that otherworldly kind of feel. But I really enjoyed the last episode and kind of how John used the ruby in a very different way. Again, it wasn't about dreams, it was about truths and lies. And in the end, he ends up destroying the ruby and essentially gives Dream back all of his power. I don't know if the ruby was just holding on to the power. It seemed to be that kind of a thing, that it was a conduit, or it was just kind of saving it maybe. But when he broke the ruby, apparently it made Morpheus or Dream incredibly strong. Now I don't know if we're done with John. I don't think so. I don't know if Morpheus put him in an eternal sleep or not, but he does note that that the ruby wasn't meant for a mortal, wasn't meant for a human to wield. And that it possibly, I think he was hinting at that it's not really John's fault that it took over his mind the way that it did. I would argue, yeah, it is. I would definitely argue that John probably already had a broken mind and wasn't the right person to have the ruby in his hands. Not to say that like the right human holding the ruby would do the right thing, but I don't think it would have been as severe. Just my opinion. So at the end of the episode, Morpheus is talking to Matthew that he needs to rebuild his realm and also rebuild kind of what John had destroyed. But that humanity gets a night of peace, which I think, yay. That means dreaming, that means relaxation, that means that everybody is just going to get a break, right? But then we see this figure and he calls Dream Big Brother. And I don't know which sounds weird. I don't know which D this one is. Decadence. Definitely not despair. It looked very like there should be some jewelry on those hands because he was wearing some fabulous earrings, but like I don't know, it just looked very posh. The only D that I can think of that is rich like that would be decadence, and I don't know if that is one of the D's. Destiny. I don't know. It's all speculation at this point, but I would like to find out who that was. I don't know if we'll find that out in this episode or not. I don't know where this episode's going to take us. Is it going to take us back to the dreaming? Is he going to fairy godmother the realm? Oh, do we get to see our gargoyle? I would love to see Goldie. Unless he's going to take Goldie again, then I don't want to see that. Maybe he could bring back Gregory. It's a dream in a way, shouldn't it? It's the right show for it. Anyway, I'm not going to try to speculate anymore. The show keeps me guessing. Even if the title says something, I could never in a million years guess what it's about or the direction that it's going to take. So that being said, let's get into it. Just chilling on a park bench. Broody. Definitely not approachable.
Sorry, man. Nice catch, though.
Yeah, no shit.
What are you doing?
I'm feeding the pigeons.
You do that too much, you know what you get?
Fat pigeons?
Fat pigeons.
No smile.
I can tell something's wrong. I mean, look at you.
Yeah.
Sitting
no
here
doubt.
moping, pigeon feeding. It's not like you.
It's not like him. Does she know him?
I'm now more powerful than I have been in eons.
That's good, I guess. You're not happy?
But in some ways, I feel worse than when I started. I feel like nothing.
Just be happy.
You're as bad as Desire. No, worse.
Oh. Who is this?
Heads up!
Oh. Why do they keep kicking the ball over there?
He's not my friend, he's my brother. And he's an idiot.
I'm just feeding the birds.
Before you go, could I maybe see you again?
Sure, Franklin. You'll see me again. Soon.
Wait, how did you know my...
But who is she?
How are you, sis? How have you been keeping? Aw, I'm well, Dream. Thanks for asking.
Small talk's not his forte.
I know this piece. I haven't heard it in 200 years.
Who is this? Am I supposed to know who this is?
Oh, forgive me, I am Harry.
I know who you are, Harry. Do you know who I am?
Is that Death?
No, not yet, please.
It's time.
There's something I have to say, if that's all
So
right.
she said she was going to see Franklin soon.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
I mean, if you were going to have somebody take you, she seems very lovely so far.
I look so old, so empty.
Now's when you find out, Harry. You ready?
Wow.
When I was captured, it wasn't me they were looking for.
They were looking for her.
It was you.
So did she just let them keep him, or what did she know?
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Not yet.
No. I need to talk to my wife for like 1 second.
I'm so sorry, Sam.
But we're on a honeymoon.
Your time's up.
Oh, this is going to be a hard episode, isn't it?
Sam!
How do you do it?
You what?
This. Be there. For all of them.
How's he bearing up after all this time?
Who? Hobgadling. I
Who?
don't know. I was forced to miss our last appointment.
I thought about giving up. Walking out.
Can you just do that? Can you just decide that you're done?
I learned that all they really need is a kind word and a friendly face.
I would say that that would help.
Are you hungry? I'd better get you a bottle then.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. I'm afraid so. So there is, little one. That's all you get.
Oh, God. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear her.
I find myself wondering about humanity. Their attitude towards your gift is so strange. It is as natural to die as it is to be born.
At the end, each of us stands alone. It's funny looking back now. I used to think I had to do this all by myself.
Oh, man.
Lots of people don't have a job they love doing, do they? So, I think I'm really very lucky.
I feel like her voice and her face would be so peaceful. That's the last thing you see.
To me, man! Over here!
Oh, Franklin.
That car came like this close to hitting me.
This close, huh?
Yeah.
Come with me, Franklin.
I did not expect this episode to start out like that. Oh. He just looks so moody all the time. Oh.
What are you waiting for?
Very well.
So, yeah?
He's such a brat.
Death is stupid.
Ooh.
But not me. I've made up my mind.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not going to die.
Okay.
Hobbs. Death comes for every man.
Hobbs.
Why would any sensible creature crave an eternity of this?
Fair
You
point.
could find out.
How?
I could grant him his wish.
Do that, and he will be begging for death within a century, I assure you.
This could prove very interesting.
She doesn't. She didn't.
Are you going to tell him or shall I?
I shall.
Very well, little brother.
He only smiles when he's up to no good.
100 years' time. On this day. I will see you in the year of our Lord 1489 then.
I don't know why, but that just like makes me so excited.
I'll ask him in 100 years' time.
Is he gonna age at all? Or is he always gonna be the same age for forever?
How did you know that I'd still be here? Who are you?
Delightful.
Is this some kind of game?
Not
Yeah.
game.
Why?
You live your life as you choose, then on this day, every 100 years, we will meet.
Because you want to know what it's like.
It's an interesting proposition, man.
It's fucking brilliant. And now we have these little cloth pieces for your nose. In the old days, we just used our sleeves.
Progress.
What will you people think of next?
The internet. Eventually.
I've started in a new trade.
Yes.
It's called printing.
I like it.
It beats the hell out of rotting to maggots in the ground, eh?
So you still want to live?
Oh, yes.
I love it.
100 years, then?
Oh, yes. My friend! Sit down.
Oh.
Got in a...
He made something for himself, huh?
It's Sir Robert Gadlin now, old stranger.
Okay.
Then I went north for a year or so, came back as my son. Done that twice now. My first son born in over 200 years on this earth that I know of.
Men always say that.
In Faustus, when you wrote, "He loves thee not, Will, sit down, the god thou servest."
Will.
Who is he?
His name's Will Shaxford. Acts a bit, wrote a play. Anyway, I saved the best bit for last. The Queen herself slept at my house this summer.
Oh, yeah. What is he gonna do?
Create new dreams to spur the minds of men. Is that your will?
It is.
And let us talk.
Everything to live for. And nowhere to go but up.
That might get old after a while, I would think.
Let him be. He is my guest.
What happened to you?
Do you know how hungry a man can get if he doesn't die but he doesn't eat?
Yikes. What happened to you, Hob?
I've hated every second of the last 80 years. Every bloody second, you know that?
So do you still wish to live?
Are you crazy? Death is a mug's game. I've got so much to live for.
Good for him. I would have been like, take me.
In the meantime, I'm in the shipping business.
Who's this?
That lad, Will Shakespeare. He turned out to be a half-decent playwright after all.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you, truly? What's your name?
I might ask
Never asked
both
his
of
name
you that
before?
same question. Gentlemen, you return to this pub every 100 years, sharing gifts, immortality, which you will now share with me.
Why? Why would you do that?
Have you nothing to say?
I am no devil.
And I'm not Jewish.
I'm Lady Joanna Constantine. You will both follow me, sir, as my coach is without. So much I can learn.
No.
Oh.
No, I think not.
Get up.
I mean, neither one of them can really die, so I don't know what they were thinking that was going to happen. Go ahead, stab him.
I can't die, remember?
Aye, but you can be hurt or captured. You must be cautious.
How'd you like to buy a girl a drain of pail? And maybe a quick bum dance? Give us an hard ride with your cream stick.
Cream stick.
You knew Lady Joanna, you know Lushing Lou, you know everyone, don't you?
Saw her again, you know.
Lady Joanna.
She undertook a task for me and succeeded admirably, I might add.
I may have learnt a bit from my mistakes, but
Only took 500 years.
doesn't seem to stop me from making them. I think I know why we still meet here century after century.
It's his only friend.
And what might that be?
Friendship? I think you're lonely.
Yep.
You dare.
Oh, dream.
Then I shall take my leave of you and prove you wrong.
If you're here then too, it'll be because we're friends. No other reason. Right?
He didn't make it because he was in what's-his-face's Burgess's basement. 1889 to 1989 is a big difference. Hob and the Miami Vice look is... I like it. That cell phone.
I've got a Glen Grant, old enough to be your father.
I'm older
Doubt
than I
it.
look.
You waiting for someone?
Yep.
I think I've been stood up. We had a fight last time we were here. It was my fault.
It was not.
This place has been sold to make room for new flats. Pour you another one?
Are you gonna buy it, Hob? That building has been there for centuries. Is he gonna be in here? I'm so happy right now. It's wild how happy I am about this.
It seems I owe you an apology. I've always had it impolite to keep one's friends waiting.
Death better not come for him. It will break my heart. Desire, not decadence.
Our brother has found a way out of his cage. Our plan has failed. But don't worry. I have a new one.
Wait, Desire was behind it? Okay, so I thought the last episode was my favorite. I really liked this one. I really liked this one. I liked the idea of him meeting up with Dream every 100 years. And just kind of seeing like what's new, but him still loving life every single time and not wanting to give up. Even when he had like the worst 80 years of his life, he was still finding a reason to keep going. And I mean, at some point I would be like, I'm sick of seeing everybody that I know die. Like this is no longer fun. But he was constantly learning and evolving and learning, and oh, that was just magnificent. Now the beginning with Death and her taking the lives, that was heartbreaking. I'm really glad we didn't have to like listen to the mom screaming when she found the dead baby, because that would have been. But you know, the husband dying on his honeymoon, and later on when she tells Franklin, you know, like I'll see you soon. When I realized who she was, I was like, oh, she's gonna come take Franklin. But can I just say that like that is a beautiful way to show death, but also to experience death, and like her talking about. It used to be that like she hated it, but then she was never alone because she was with them. And like, quite frankly, if she's standing with me and holding my hand and telling me it's going to be okay, like how comforting, how comforting. I absolutely loved this because it taught you that death isn't really something to fear. Desire might be, especially if your Dream. Desire looks fabulous, but definitely is behind Dream being captured, or I don't know what Desire's endgame is. I guess Desire desires something more. And Desire cannot fall away from his own trap. And I love that Hobbs calls him out and says, the reason why you're here is because I'm your friend. And Dream not showing up, obviously we know why. I wonder if he would have shown up if he wasn't imprisoned. And better late than never, but like the little smile that they have between the two of them, I thought was just so sweet. And I thought for a second there that Death was going to show up and be like, well, now that you guys admitted that you're friends. And that would have made me really, really, really sad. So I'm happy that's not how the episode ended. I would have been shattered. Oh my goodness. This show is continually surprising me. I keep thinking that it's just going to be a continuation and building upon the last episode every single time. And it kind of, it does that, and it adds to the story, but it adds to just this world. Just like the little things that you would never think of that Dream could experience, and somebody, you know, having life since, what was it, 1389, you know, like that's a long time to be alive, 600 plus years, you know, like and for him to have a friend that he gets to sit down and chat with and spend those moments with, like you never really like think that would ever be something that would be part of his story. But of course, Dream has been around for that long. So it's really cool that he's got a friend to be there through that. Even if it's only once a year. I mean, once a year for him is probably just a blink of the eye. And it was really nice that we got Joanna, even though I don't know if that led to her becoming kind of a demon hunter or not. But I don't know if she thought that they were something from another world, which, I mean, of course Dream is, but obviously Hobb is not. And then as soon as he said that the kid's name was Will and he was a playwright, I was like, oh, it's Will Shakespeare. I love that. I love that, like, Dream can kind of say that he inspired Will Shakespeare. I don't know what the deal was that they made. Maybe you guys do. Let me know. I mean, especially if you know the comics, then you might know the Dream that they made. I did just look up who played Hob, and it's Ferdinand Kingsley, which 100% sounds like somebody who would be in this show, but like that would be their real name. Like, Hob Gadling isn't as creative as Ferdinand Kingsley. But it said in my phone, it said Hob Gadling, known as Robert, Robbie, or Bobby, is a fictional character from the Sandman comic book series. Gadling appears in issue 13, Men of Good Fortune, and it's his first appears. So that means that he's been in various other comics. So like he probably has appeared throughout the comics, and he might not be a main character, but it might just be like, and then this scene has Hobbs in it. I think that that's fantastic. I like that character. I like the whole premise of that. And I actually really like the premise of death. Obviously the circumstances in which people die are really freaking sad. But like the old man, you know, like he didn't want to go, but it seemed peaceful. The husband, man, that really kills me that he died on his honeymoon. As somebody who is in her 40s and has never been married, I would be devastated if something like that happened. So that really got me. Oh man, what an episode. What a show. It's so good, and it just keeps getting better and better. So if you want to see the full-length version of this reaction, you can head over to my Patreon. Early reactions for other shows, including The Expanse and some movies when they come out. Spooky season's coming, so expect some fun ones on there. Other than that, like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below if I missed anything. It took me a minute to recognize Joanna, but like once I did, I didn't say anything. But like if there were other things in this, I feel like there's probably somebody that I missed, like little nuggets hidden here and there. If not, cool. I'd like to think that I saw everything that I needed to see, but 100%. I'm loving the direction of this show, and it always keeps me guessing. I would never have guessed that this is where this episode would have went. I would like to find out at some point what Desire's up to, and I know that I'm not going to be left hanging too long, I hope. I desire to know what's going on. Okay, guys. I'll see ya. Sweet dreams.